Wait a minute. You see this right here? This is every drawing I've ever made. All of them. Am I really doing this right now? Yes, I am. Because I am on that grind lately.
It is 12:01 in the morning.
Now, if you're new here, you probably haven't seen this, but if you're not new here, you've definitely seen my like flipping through all my old art to get to my new art, like those art evolution video type things. Well, this is like that, but on crack basically. I'm gonna show you every single piece of art that I've made from age 11 until now, and I'm 18 now, so that's 7 years worth of art. In part 1, which is gonna be in the card right up here, I already went through every single sketchbook that I've ever drawn in, so you go check that out. But now we're gonna go through all of like the physical pieces of paper that I've drawn on, and it's gonna be really fun, and I'm very excited, so let's get right into it. Please note that I do have a lot more drawings in my dorm room and on my walls of my room right now, but those drawings like don't really signify my artistic growth. There's like 20 of them up there and maybe like 10 of them in my dorm room that I can't get until after winter break. So I'll insert pictures of those right here. So basically first we've got this. This was for a project in middle school. This was actually done before that. This was in 6th grade when I had sprained my ankle during gym. This was when I first got Copic markers, and I remember I did this rose to practice with them. I was 12 when I made this. I specifically remember watching a Peter Draws video, and I was very inspired by him, so yeah, I drew this. This is directly referenced from an artist who is now my friend called Creative Kara. She's very cool, and you should definitely go support her. I don't remember what this was inspired by. I think it was just a bunch of different doodles, but this was my geometry binder cover in 8th grade. This is referenced from an artist called Sydney Nielsen Art. This is Barry from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I think I was 13 when I made this. This was one of my first posts from my Instagram. This is a donut that I drew with Prismacolor colored pencils. I had the 36 pack when I drew this. This is one of the first portraits I ever did. This is of my 8th grade English teacher, and I won a silver key in Scholastic for submitting this. This is one of my first watercolor paintings of a portrait. I used white gel pen to like do the outlines and also like fine liner. They're not completely in order, by the way. I should clarify that. This is of my friend who now lives in Ohio. This is Snow White, one of the worst faces I've ever drawn, honestly, but the body's pretty good. Like the dress is fire, I think. I was also 13 when I made this. But yeah, this is one of the first like lip Instagram drawings I did. A pride drawing. I believe I was 13 or 14 when I made this. A drawing of my friend Sid Marie. She's very cool. She has a fitness account now, so you should definitely go follow her. The classic Instagram drawing. I don't remember who I referenced this from, but it was definitely on Pinterest, and I was like, oh, that's cool, so I redrew it. Here's one of the first eyes I ever drew that was like large scale and colored pencil, and I think it's really cool. Here's a hair drawing. I believe I was 14 when I made this. I think I was 13 when I made this. Here's a little galaxy bee I did as a collab with my friend Keely. Here's a little cupcake, again, when cupcakes were trendy to draw on Instagram. Here's James Charles for his face chart contest. Here's Melanie Martinez. Here's a print of my Billie Eilish drawing because I don't know where the original is. Here's a Billie Eilish drawing again because we all know I've been through that phase. Ariana Grande. Ray Dizzle, I still love her. She's so sweet. You guys should definitely go check out her videos and subscribe to her if you haven't yet, but you probably already are because she's awesome. And here's a singer, Maddie Noise. She's very cool. So those were my earlier drawings. Now we're gonna show you the drawings that are from my age when I was 14. That was not a sentence, but you know what? We're making it work. This is a gouache painting that I made for one of my elementary school teachers when I went to visit and volunteer, but unfortunately COVID then happened, so I could never give it to her. This is a Billie Eilish drawing that I made from an edit from a fan page. Yeah, it's not very good, but I think the creative elements definitely show more skill. This is one of my former favorite YouTubers. Well, she's still really cool, but I'm not really into NFTs and that stuff. So yeah, she used to do like Instagram marketing videos, and I really like that. So this is Jade Dharma Wangza. This is my Shane Dawson drawing. We don't talk about that. I, of course, had to draw the shiny lips. This is one of my most skillful drawings, I think, from that time period. Here's Camila Cabello. Camila Cabello. That doesn't sound right. Camila Cabello. Somebody tell me how to pronounce that, please. This is also one of my most skill-showing drawings from this time period. I was also 14 when I made this, and I'm still really proud of it. Like, I haven't done a charcoal drawing this detailed ever since then of a portrait. But yeah, I'm really proud of the water and, like, how the face, like, you know, interacts with the water. It looks really, really realistic, so I like that a lot. Then, of course, this iconic Billie Eilish drawing. That took me 90 hours because it's huge, like literally massive. I don't like it anymore, but it definitely marked a spot in like my Instagram and social media career. that like really boosted me kind of in a way. I'm really grateful for that and grateful for the experiences this drawing gave me because I learned a lot from doing this. Now we're gonna get into drawings from when I was 15, which some people say is my peak because like my realism reached like its height in that era, but I think I've developed a lot more artistically since then, and I still really like a lot of the drawings I created during that era of my life. But I think I've also like grown a lot more since then as a person, but you'll see. Again, these aren't completely in the exact order that I made them in, but I know that this one was my first drawing from when I was 15 because I made it right after Christmas and right after my birthday, which is near Christmas. So yeah, this was my first self-portrait that I ever like was really proud of. This was definitely one I considered my best drawing for a long time, but now I can see everything that's wrong with it and I'm like, oh. Then we've got Zara Larson. I actually met her at Pride in 2019, but I couldn't give her this drawing, but she did comment on the post, which was really cool of her. Here's one of my favorite YouTubers. She's Izine. She's a French YouTuber and I love her so much. She responded to my DM and saw my drawing. Here's Angèle. Unfortunately, she hasn't seen any of my drawings, and this drawing kind of got ruined like right there and when I transported back from my dorm because I was hanging up in my dorm. One of the sticky things from another drawing got onto it there, so I'm gonna have to redo that part, but it kind of works with the drawing, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, yeah, I really like this. Super proud of it still. Definitely one of my most realistic pieces ever. Then of course we had the iconic green Billie Eilish that gets stolen everywhere and put on cakes and stuff. Yeah, I really like this drawing still. I just wish that it wasn't my most popular because I know I have a lot more, like, much better work than this one. Then we've got Willow Smith. I really like this one. This was when I, like, started experimenting artistically with my style and everything. This one, again, inspired by Sydney Nielsen art. It is Billie Eilish. These lips, still super proud. Look at the detail in them. Like, that's crazy. The gel pen right there. Focus. Okay, yeah. The gel pen details on the lips for the highlights. That's pretty cool, like the geometricness of it. I like it. This is my friend Caitlin. They're really cool. Another Billie Eilish, but the glitter's falling off, like right there. Sorry, it wasn't focused for a little bit. I have another counterpart to this drawing that's in my dorm, so I do have a lot of drawings that are still left in my dorm because I couldn't bring them back, but yeah, this is that. This was also referenced from Sydney Nielsen art. And then we've got the Billie Eilish with the huge forehead that I struggled to finish because I hated it. Like, look at that part of the mouth. Not a fan. Now we're getting into drawings from when I was 16, which is when I really started like getting comfortable with my sexuality as a lesbian and everything. So I made art to represent that with like rainbows and such, which can be like considered cliche, but I think, at least to me, I'm the one who made it, so it's like, you know, but to me it's like really meaningful, you know? I hope you like it because this is one of the eras of my life where I experienced a lot of artistic and personal growth. So yeah, I started off the year by experimenting with a more graphic style with my self-portrait, which I didn't really like, but to each their own. These aren't in order, again, sorry. This is an eye. It's very detailed, but not realistic, if that makes sense. I was drawing my followers for a while. This is Addison Rae. I wanted to draw her because she's really pretty. Here's me in my heartbreak era. Here's me still in my heartbreak era. I think this is cool. This is gouache, and I really like how I experimented with this and how the frog turned out. I was in my painting era, like I was starting to paint, and I think this is really cool because it glows under UV light. So does this one. This is Angèle. Those are cool. I was in my pen and ink era, and this would lead to some pieces that I would submit for my college portfolio that you will see later on. Billie Eilish again, of course, we love her. Then I entered my rainbow era. I like this piece a lot. I had one of like me, again, self-portrait with my space buns. You might see that one come up. Then I drew a makeup artist and I made her have space hair because I love space and I was really interested in space as a child and I love colors. Then this one is about my coming out journey. Really emotional. I put this one in my college portfolio too. Here's a study eye because I was studying, I think it was Algebra 2. Yeah, this was sophomore year. Here's a TikToker when I was doing Drawing TikTokers series. Here's an Instagram model. I really like the glitter on this one. This is the pen and ink I was talking about. This one is about like letting go of fears. This one is about mental illness. This one is about my OCD. I have diagnosed OCD and trichotillomania and dermatillomania, which are subsets of OCD, and it's really a lot to deal with, so this one's really personal to me. Dixie D'Amelio, she saw this. She's so cool. She follows me on TikTok. Billie Eilish's eye. This one's pretty realistic, I think, but I wish I had done more with it creatively. Haley Sharp, yodeling Haley from TikTok. And then here's like my drawing for TikTok era. I was drawing a bunch of realistic objects and stuff for lives. B. Miller, she's really cool. She's one of my favorite musical artists. Another Instagram makeup artist. This one glows under UV light too, which is really cool. I'll insert a picture right here. But yeah, I really like how this one turned out. I didn't ever finish it, but yeah. Angèle, again, I guess you can guess who was top on my Spotify Wrapped this year. But yeah, she's been top on my Spotify Wrapped for the past 3 years. I love her so much. Lips, again, this was December of when I was 16. I hit 100K on Instagram, so I made like a really special balloon drawing to celebrate like everybody does. I really like this. I think it's really realistic. Here's that self-portrait I was talking about. This was my first of that like series of like graphic backgrounds and subjects on the front. I really like this. It was really a pivotal point for my art style. Billie Eilish again with Galaxy in the background. This is when I started experimenting with mixed media because that's watercolor and that's colored pencil. 500K on TikTok. Very exciting. Halfway to 1 million. We're almost at 1 million right now, so if you don't follow me there, it's isabella.drawsss. And then I made this one based off of an AP Psych lecture that I really found inspiring of the left brain and the right brain, and I really like how it turned out. This is also a really pivotal piece in my art journey. Now we're getting to age 17, which is where I really experimented with my self-portraits and my art style in general. I really love this era of my art, and I hope you do too. Here's a sea turtle that I drew when I had foot surgery. This is one of the self-portraits that really started it all for my self-portraits. This one is about uncertainty of the future. Oh, these two should be with the 16-year-old drawings. Oh, there's the sticky stuff getting stuck again. But yeah, the iconic line lips and the eyeball. This portrait also got ruined right there and right there in the process of transporting it from my dorm to here. But I really like how this turned out. The skin tones are gorgeous. Then I've got this. This is pretty cool. I really like the white paint pen detailing in the background and how it like fades into the charcoal of the figure. Here's one for 600,000 on TikTok. This is pretty cool. I don't remember making that though. Adeline Novo, one of my favorite singers. She's very cool. I have a process video of this on my channel if you're interested. Then there's this piece about hate comments on social media. This is on illustration board. Then there's this piece that I did as a commission for Michael's. Yes, Michael's the art supply store. They commissioned me to make a thing to promote their store on TikTok. Here's a self-portrait that I did right before I turned 18. See, they're not in order. This was from the summer I was 17. These are a pair of figure skates to deal with my skating trauma, because any figure skater knows you're gonna have skating trauma if you do figure skating, at least competitively, you know. Here's a self-portrait about feeling insecure and like feeling like you aren't your true self. And then this is one of my favorite drawings of all time. Let's take a minute to appreciate this, okay? This is fire. Like, I'm not really like super one to brag about my own art, but this is fire. I don't think I'll ever top this, you know? This is all colored pencil too. Now we get to 18, which is how old I am now, and this era includes my acrylic painting era, which we're gonna dive into right now. So there's my suitcase because I just got back from college for winter break, and there's my 18-year-old drawing pile, but here are my acrylic paintings. We'll start with the one I did most recently and go backwards. This one is one that I did at college because I was bored, and this canvas was $12 at Walmart. I like this one a lot. Go Grandpa. Here's the iconic capybara painting. They're gay. Yes, they're gay. Here's a painting of my friend Clara. Hi Clara, if you're watching this. Here's a self-portrait and another self-portrait. I like the fishbowl one a lot, and the proportions on this one are wonky, but you live and you learn. And there's two more. This one of one of my favorite singers, Maud Latour, and this one of me holding the moon. Now we're gonna get into my actual drawings from college and from before college, because these drawings are much bigger than my other drawings. They're all like 18 by 24. I'm just gonna use the wide angle, and I'm editing the video while I'm filming, so multitasking queen, TBH. We're starting with this one, even though it's from later on, because it's a painting. This is an acrylic painting on paper, and I really like it. It's another self-portrait. Here's a wide panorama of my desk that you are looking at right now. Here is a portrait. Here's another self-portrait of when I was younger, and it's very distorted and colorful. Here's another self-portrait that is my YouTube banner now. This is one of the last drawings I made before I went to college. I really like it because it's got a bunch of texture, and it's got like collage elements, and it's really shiny. Another skating trauma piece. We love that. Teach art. This is from one of my professors, and I just stuck it on here because this was on my dorm wall. Here starts the series that did really well on TikTok. The children's drawing series. I really like how these all turned out. I think they're really cool. There's 95. I drew Angèle fan art. She still hasn't seen my fan art, which is so sad, but yeah. And then here's the last one in the series. And the grand finale is this piece. Two girls swimming. They're gay. Yeah. I really like how this turned out too. This is marker, colored pencil, and acrylic paint. And I have a bunch more sketches from classes such as observational drawings and sculptures that I left at my university that I couldn't bring back with me because it wouldn't fit in the car. But yeah, that's all my art for now. I hope you really enjoyed this video and seeing my art grow over time. I know I really enjoyed making it. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and smash that like button.